Hey, just a little update on the Aboriginal heritage laws and getting into the yes no vote in a short form video because I know sometimes people don't have the time for live streams and certain platforms don't really gravitate towards live streams. So I'm hoping I can break this down really quick in a little short form just in case you need me to. So in Western Australia, we have this thing that's being proposed to go through called the WA Heritage Laws. And as you can probably ascertain from the title, it's about appointing a team of people that represent Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders and their issues, coming to your house and telling you whether or not you can drill on your land. It's kind of that. So basically, we have had talks around the state with farmers and in particular the mining industry, because these are two industries that are, the backbone of WA and that help the people and that are putting us in an economic playing field in the nation. And so these are the two industries that are going to cop it the most. And we have people doing town hall meetings, asking questions and not getting the answers that they want. So if you don't know, basically it's along the lines of what's going on everywhere. Suddenly it's repatriations, give me this, give me that, I need say over this, give me money. It kind of comes on the back of all that stuff. So a lot of people are a little bit annoyed that it's happening. In Western Australia, I can tell you that we respect Aboriginal culture. Aboriginal people have been here. It's known as one of the oldest, if not the oldest culture in the world. The people that have come here have been here for a very long time. And I can tell you that around here, we do respect Aboriginal people. Like I said in two of my live streams that talk about this stuff, I've got a stream on heritage law, which is what I'm kind of discussing here, and then the yes no vote to Parliament, which I'll touch on real quick. And again, I will reiterate, we do have a respect for Aboriginal culture. Once there was someone that came here, I won't say the name of the well-known celebrity that has now disappeared into obscurity after some controversial comments a few years ago, but he came here with his frosted tips and he did a show, and one of the jokes that he made was about the inventions Aboriginal people made, and he put, I think, tapping sticks or didgeridoo or something on the screen, and he made a joke and he said, oh, look at the architecture of Rome, look at whatever, and then he said, look what your people came up with. And it was literally like nobody laughed, everyone kind of looked around like, ooh, I don't know about that. Fundamentally, we care, especially in WA. We have a lot of people here. There are a lot of tribes throughout the nation that have dissipated, and their stories are usually brought down through word. So a lot of the times you will see cave paintings and things like that, but it's through the word. And growing up in WA, I had Noongar friends. I know some words, like I've said in my streams. It was a part of my culture too. They bring the culture into the schools and they teach kids how to cook damper, and they teach kids about how people eat widgety grubs out in the bush sometimes, and it's a thing. And yes, they do have pockets of people that have issues. Basically, all Indigenous people to nations, they find it hard to, say, break down alcohol and things like that. So you do have pockets of people that are disenfranchised, people that have problems, people that have substance abuse problems. Yes, that is true. Overall, WA people respect Aboriginal culture. So we're at a sort of internal fight where people want to preserve the culture. Like if you find a cave painting or something that is thousands of years old on your land, holy crap, isn't that awesome? But at the same time, farmers and the mining industry in particular are at a sort of crossroads where I think they're worried about saying, yes, we understand and we want to preserve this, and then being able to do what they want on the land that they own. So farmers own their land. And this heritage law that's being proposed is that if they want to clear the land, if they want to build something, if they want to drill down into the earth on the land that they own, fair and square, that they've owned for years, that they work on, they have to contact this body on their own dime. They have to pay for these people to come out and survey their land. And then they have to be told whether what they want to do is in tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. And each one requires a certain lot of action to be taken. And so there are a lot of questions. There are a lot of questions on bodies of water. So one of the things that I read is that if you have a body of water running through your place and it changes over time, you might have to call up again and call up these people to come and say, yeah, okay, so it's moved kind of 3 meters this way, and that little patch of land, that's sacred land. So they're worried about things like that happening. And back the other way, farmers, I've read an article saying, so in Australia we backburn, we get bushfires, so when we can, we backburn and make it so there's lines so the fire can't jump. And, he didn't want to do that on a certain patch of land. Aboriginal people did, and they did it. And then vice versa, you can have farmers that, I don't know, they want to knock down something, a weird rock formation on their land, and then find out, it's a sacred site. And then it's like, well, you can call anything a sacred site and demand that people have to pay you in the future. So it is a very controversial topic at the moment. One of the reasons I think it's garnering so much attention is because we also have something called the Yes vote to Parliament. So even though we have Aboriginal senators and people of the background in politics, like Congress people, we have a body that's going to be, or proposed to be, appointed that will represent the issues that Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people face. Now, the issue that people have with this is that the principles, the guiding principles that they have are not watertight. They're airy-fairy and you can change them at will. And they're wanting this to be put through into law, into legislation. And then they actually have come out and said, yeah, we'll punch it up on the fly. Once it's in, you have to put this in on principle, guys. And then we will fix it up once it's through. And a lot of people cannot stomach that. So again, I've done 2 streams covering this issue if you want to go back, but my opinion is that of, I think the majority of Australians, is that yes, we respect Aboriginal culture, and yes, we want to help out, and things have happened to those people that shouldn't have happened. But at the same time, the legislation that you're wanting to make up is very vague, and I can't support that right now. I'm not adverse to supporting something similar maybe down the track, but you need to go away and come back with things that are actually set in stone. The principles, yes, you can have them. There's, I think, 10 in this new version, 10 principles, but there's no actual, A, B, C. The ramifications, the conclusions this one statement might reach down the track, the ifs, ands, or buts, what if, there's nothing like that. And that is simply not how you make law. And if that was to go through, then yeah, a lot of people would down the track perhaps be in more trouble than just say this heritage law stuff that's going on with the mining industries and the farming industries and stuff. So people are a little bit dubious at the moment. We've got to vote on that later. The Prime Minister, the current Prime Minister, says that we probably will vote on the yes-no vote to Parliament in a few months' time. I think he said October, if not even into next year. The heritage law stuff today has changed. So that was due to go through on the 1st of July. When I'm making this, it's the 28th of June. They've actually pushed it back for a year. So the article's coming out saying a reprieve for a year. I guess it's a reprieve. They can go away and come back with better laws, or people can make, protest groups or whatever. I'm not sure, but we have a year with that specific proposed legislation. And I just wanted to update everyone that can't watch the live streams or don't want to. And I will be back trying to make short form as well. It's just a lot to do, guys. Sometimes it's a lot. So I'm going to try and, like I said in the last little video, I think I'll take some of what I say in the live streams and put into short form if and when I can. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know which way I'm going to go with this stuff. I'm just kind of making vids. And I don't know what to say now. Okay, bye. Don't want to be one of those people that's asking you to sub and like, but if you feel like commenting or liking, that would help me out. It'll give me the power to do more of these episodes.